Welcome to Richmond Tutorials with your host, Robbie Bhatia. Today we'll be looking at the audio board. Audio is very important to every production that is done within Richmond and every studio. As you can see, there are 8 pots on this audio board. They control how loudly or softly we hear different sources. Sometimes it's a microphone, other times it's pre-recorded video. There are 2 volume unit meters on the board, which are referred to as VU meters. One VU meter is for program, and the other one is for audition. Above the pots there are 2 buttons that are colored red and yellow. The buttons when pressed will light up. When the button is lit up, it means the mic is open. The red button, labeled P, is for program, and the yellow button, labeled A, is for audition. Almost all the time, you're going to use program. Program means the audio source is open and will be live on air. However, when audition is punched up, you will never hear it over air. It just lets you preview a level in advance. On top of the program and audition buttons, there are 2 more. There's a label next to each one, and when the button is depressed, it will let you know which audio source coordinates with what pot. For example, if VTR2 is pressed, it means that the pot will control the volume or level of VTR2. However, if mic 8 is pressed instead of VTR2, the pot will control the level of that audio source. Channel 4B is special in the sense that it takes you up to the selector switch on the top of the board, where you have even more options to choose what source you like to use, ranging from CD player to the telephone. We'll talk more about the CD player later in this tutorial. On the right hand side of the board there are a bunch of different buttons and knobs. These buttons control what audio is coming out of the board and into the control room speakers and in the studio. Whenever you're doing a production, you want to make sure that program is punched up so you can hear what is going on over the air. The smaller knob right here controls the monitor, which is also the volume in the studio. This knob will not affect any of your audio levels while you're on air. Now that we're a bit more familiar with the board, let's go and take a look at how to properly use it. Before you go live on air or live to tape, you want to make sure you're getting a proper level on all the audio sources you will be using. To get a level, you need to punch the source in a program. If you're getting a level on a person, make sure they have the mic on properly. The studio mics here at Richmond are called lavalier mics. These mics are more commonly referred to as lav mics. To properly mic up a subject, you want to make sure that the mic is on the upper half of the subject. The key is to make sure the mic is pointing up and there are no objects between the subject and the mic. This is a bad mic position because the mic is facing down. This is a bad mic position because the mic is inside the subject's sweatshirt. This is a good mic position because there is nothing obstructing the mic and it's facing upwards. Now, if you're going to get a level on a playback clip, make sure the clip is running. Once your source is in program, look at your program level meter. The goal for a good level is to make sure the needle is around 0 dB or 100%. Once in a while, the level may peak into the red zone. That's not a problem. The level should not be mostly in red. Obviously, red means bad, and the sound will come out distorted if it is constantly in the red. Once you get a level, you're all set, and you can take that source out of program and move on to the next source. Always remember to set your levels one source at a time. If you're trying to play a CD, first remember to punch it up in the channel 4B selector switch that we showed earlier. Now you can play the CD to get a level. There is a trick to rolling CDs in Richmond though. It's simple. If you just press play on the CD player, it will take a few seconds before the unit finds a track and starts to play it. That will give us a few seconds of dead air. But if you press play and then pause, the CD is ready or queued up to be played. Meaning if you press play, the CD will roll instantaneously now with no lag. This is an example of a bad level because it's too low. This is an example of a bad level because it's too high. And this is a good level. And that right there is a brief overlook of the audio board here at Richmond Studio.